Dear students, the topic of today's video lecture is elements of a sentence. In another video, we had discussed about the definition of a sentence, the difference between sentence, clause, and phrase, and we had discussed uh, the first element, subject, in detail. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss the other elements of the sentence. After subject, the second element of a simple sentence is a verb. A verb is a word used to say something about some person, place, or thing. For example, he wrote a letter. Chennai is a big city. In both these sentences, wrote and is are examples of verbs. According to the function of the items in a verb phrase, verbs are classified into lexical verbs and auxiliary verbs. Lexical verbs are generally the main verbs, for example, walk, write, play, etc. Auxiliary verbs are um, again classified into two categories: primary auxiliary verbs and modal auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are also known as helping verbs. Primary auxiliary verbs are do, have, and be. And modal auxiliary verbs or modals are can, may, shall, will, could, would, should, must, etc. Now we will discuss the syntactic properties of verb. The verbs are classified into intransitive and transitive verbs. An intransitive verb is not accompanied by a direct object and does not form a passive. For example, Agarkar runs. He is dreaming. In both these sentences, we do not have an object and they are without any object. So, in these sentences, the verbs runs and dreaming are intransitive verbs. A transitive verb takes a direct object. For example, he planted mango saplings. He has sold the house. In both these sentences, planted and has sold, uh, they are taking direct objects, so they are transitive verbs. There are some verbs like read and speak which are transitive as well as intransitive, that is, they may or may not be accompanied by an object. For example, we may say he is reading. We can also say he is reading a book. So it may be transitive or intransitive. The verb may function as a linking verb or a copula. The primary function of a copula is to connect the subject with its complement, which may be an adjective or a noun phrase. Example: appear, become, feel, get, grow, look, seem, etc. These verbs may function as a linking verb or a copula. Now we come to the next element of a simple sentence or a clause, and this element is object. Object may be direct or indirect. So we have two kinds of objects: direct object and indirect object. Like a subject, now we are going to discuss the syntactic properties of object. Like a subject, it is a noun phrase or clause with nominal function. For example, the hunter killed a lion. He gave whoever came his way a gold coin. So, in both the sentences, a lion and whoever came his way and a gold coin are examples of objects. Object normally follows the subject and the verb phrase. By the passive transform by the passive transformation, object assumes the status of subject. For example, he writes a letter. A letter is a direct object, and uh, make it passive voice, when we transform it in passive voice, then a letter becomes the subject. A letter is written by him. Again, an indirect object where both objects are present precedes the direct object and is semantically equivalent to a prepositional phrase. For example, he gave me a letter. Here, indirect object precedes the direct object. Direct object is a letter and me is indirect object. She sent Jim a card. Jim is indirect object and a card is the direct object. Now we shall discuss the semantic properties of object. The most typical function of the direct object is that of the affected participant, animate or inanimate, which does not cause the happening denoted by the verb but is directly involved in some other way. For example, John ate the apple. So, in this sentence, the apple is the direct object. The indirect object typically refers to an inanimate being or a thing that is the recipient of an action. For instance, in the examples, John gave him an apple. I have found you a place. In these sentences, him and you are indirect objects because they are the recipients of the actions. They are recipient of the actions of giving and finding. So in these sentences, him and you are the indirect objects. So I think this is all for today's lecture. The remaining elements of the sentence, complement and adverbial, we will discuss in other video. Thanks for listening.